Hello everyone, great morning. So I'm Coach Rezzhel. I'm a life coach and mental health coach from Life Coach Philippines. So I'm certified CACC life coach and certified mental health coach from Life Coach Philippines. And I'm also a master builder apprentice of Master Coach A. We build tribe as we help your unstoppable dreams come true. So by profession, I'm a chemical engineer and I work in the corporate for the past 12 years. So I'm also the founder and creator of Live Free Coaching Community. So hello. So for tonight or this morning, what I would be sharing with you is my key learnings on the HBDI workshop being done last Sunday by Master Coach E. So HBDI means Herman Brain Dominance Instrument. And before that, so before I talk about the HBDI, so let me walk you through the whole brain model. So the whole brain model, so that is the discussion point of the HBDI workshop last Sunday. So about the whole brain model. So according to the study of Ned Herman, so our brain is divided into 4 quadrants. So our thinking preferences is divided into 4 quadrants. So if you can see on my drawing, so you have on the upper left is the left cerebral hemisphere. So that's the color blue. Cerebral hemisphere, that's color yellow. So I don't have the yellow marker, so it's orange, but this one is color yellow on the HBDI profile. And on the lower part are the limbic system. So you have the left again and the right. So the left limbic system is the green quadrant, and the right half limbic system is color red. So this is the whole brain model. So the whole brain model depicts the 4 different thinking preferences and serves as organizing principle for how the brain works. So although someone may prefer certain kinds of thinking over others, so everyone has access to all 4 quadrants. So there are persons that have dominance of thinking on single quadrant, and some have double dominance thinking preference, and there are triple dominance preference, and then quadruple dominance preference. So according to the population, so those people that prefer the thinking preferences is on single dominance is only around 5%, and then the double dominance, meaning when they think or when they decide, they use 2 quadrants of the brain. So they are the 58%, and the triple dominants are 34%. So they're using 3 quadrants when they think and when they decide, and then quadruple dominants are only less than 3% of the population. So what does this whole brain model is telling us? So this one are the thinkings, as mentioned. It's the thinking preferences of an individual, and also this one can help to understand other people learning style, and even yourself. So how are you learning? So what is your style of learning and how you are thinking? So this is the whole brain model, and then HBDI is the profile that help to better understand which is your thinking preference. So that is the single dominant or double dominant. What is the color that you are operating? Are you in blue? Do you think according, do you think as on the blue side, using mostly your left cerebral, or more on the right cerebral hemisphere, or combined, or on the left limbic or on the right limbic system? So which part of the brain you are using when you are thinking or when you are deciding? So let's discover these 4 quadrants, these 4 colors. So where are you? What is your dominance, or what is your thinking preferences? So ayan. Ta-da! So the blue one is the rational self, and the yellow one, so that's called orange but it's yellow, is the experimental self. So that's one for different selves model. And the green one is the safekeeping self, so on the left limbic system, and the right limbic system is the feeling self, and that is the red one. So where are you operating, or what is your dominance in terms of your thinking preferences? So if you are rational, your rational self, you are mostly you prefer analyzing. How you learn is analyzing, quantifying. You are logical, critical, realistic, like numbers, knows about money, knows how things work. And when you are on experimental self, so you infer, you imagine, you speculate, you take risks, is impetuous, breaks rules, like surprises, and is curious place. And then you are a safekeeping self if you take preventive action, establishes procedures, get things done, is reliable, organizes, is timely, is neat, plans. So those who are planning, always like plans and very good in organizing, they are the safekeeping self. And the last one, the red one on the right limbic, is the feeling self. So the red one, the feeling self, is sensitive to others, like to teach, touches a lot, is supportive, is expressive, is emotional, talks a lot. Ako ba to? Talks a lot and feels. So that is feeling self. So can you recognize your thinking preference dominance based on what I mentioned? So you can be single or double, or there can be triple dominance or quadruple dominance. And again, so the whole brain model says that if we understand and if we learn, we discover how the way we are thinking, or what is our thinking preference, so we get to understand as well other people. And then, you know your dominance, you know where you are, what is your thinking preferences, you get to leverage it, and you get to stretch how you think and for different situations. So you are applying the whole brain model. And then, so as I mentioned earlier, this tool, so having this tool help you also to communicate well to other people, because of how they think and what is their learning style, and you can adapt your communication to them. So this is also still 4 quadrants. So you have the analytical, experimental, practical, and relational. So the blue one is the analytical. So as I mentioned, that analyzing, experimental, take risks and plays a lot, break rules because they are experimental. Practical, the green one, so the safekeeping self, and the relational, the feeling self, so always wants to have that with other people. It's very sensitive. So how do you improve your communication if you are communicating with the other people, knowing what is their preference, thinking preference, or what is their dominance, by asking this question. So the answer in this question, if you are speaking of, or if you are communicating with the blue one, with the analytical person, they would like, the question that you need to answer is, does it use facts? Is it quantified? Does it show clear analysis? Is it to the point? Is it logical? So when you are, if you are working in the corporate and you are preparing your presentation, so these are, and you know that the one you're being presented is analytical person, so make sure that you have this on your presentation. So does it use facts? Is it quantified? Does it show clear analysis? Is it to the point? Is it logical? And also as a coach, when you're talking with your client, so how you communicate is through this. So by knowing the 4 quadrants, if they are in blue, so that's the question. Or overview. Is it visual and colorful? Does it use metaphors? Does it look at the future? Is it conceptually sound or clear? So if you would like to get the attention of the yellow individual or the experimental person. And then we go now to the green one. So this is your checklist. So to communicate well with the practical people or with the safekeeping self, so does it provide details? Is it sequential in order? So dapat naka-order yan. Is it neat? Is it in a recognizable, appropriate format? So those are the checklists. And then for the last one, the red one, the relational self or the feeling self. So to communicate well to them, so you have this checklist. Does it use experiences that relate to the audience? Examples to illustrate to the point? Is it helpful and user-friendly? Does it acknowledge emotional issues? So they're very emotional, they are sensitive, and so they are relational. So those are the checklists that you need to answer when you communicate with them. And then last, what I would like to share with you, using that whole brain model or the HBDI profile, is we can use it to help you decide, and can use it to help your client decide and to challenge more their decision. So in terms of decision making, so the blue one, the analytical, remember the analytical and the rational self. So the question they are, when they are deciding, they are very particular on the what. You need to answer the what. What is the decision? What are the facts? So that's how they are deciding. And what the blue one, the yellow one is the why, the green one is the how, and the red one is the who. So for the yellow one, the why, so why are you making this decision? So that's the question. Why are you making this decision? So for the client to decide is, why are you making this decision and why is it important? So they are very particular on that. So if you would like to stretch the client and you would like to challenge their decision, so those are the questions. So in terms of how, the green one, the safekeeping self, and the safekeeping self, the how are you going to make the decision? So they're very particular on the how. How are you going to make the decision? How are you going to manage any risks involved? So they're very organized, they would like to, they plan well, so they need to make sure how are you going to manage any risks involved. And the last one is the who. So the relational self, the feeling, the relational or the feeling self answers the question who is involved in the decision, who will it impact on. So that's it's how you are to use the HBDI profile of the client, or understanding what is their thinking preferences or their learning style. So we have the 4 quadrants, and each one have the access in the 4 quadrants, and that's how you are to leverage the whole brain model. So this one, so if you know how this one is working, or if you understand yourself, what is your thinking preference, and how your client, what's the thinking preference of your clients, it helps you to communicate. It helps you understand how they are deciding. And with that, so we have the HBDI coaching card. So that is one tool for you to know and understand the client and help them to be stretched in their thinking preference or in their decision. So it will stretch them. For example, if they are more in yellow, so you can challenge them on the question on the red part. So who is involved in the decision, so that they can leverage their decision making and their thinking according to the questions that you will give to them. So it will help them to maximize the whole brain model. It helps them to operate their whole brain, and also it can help for them to grow their thinking style and their learning style. So that's for our HBDI and the whole brain model. So these are the thinking preferences or the learning style that is divided into 4 quadrants: the blue, the yellow, the green, and the red, which coming from the brain parts: cerebral, the limbic, the cerebral up, right, left, and the limbic right and left. So that's developed by Ned Herman. So if you want to know more about this, especially the coaching cards, the HBDI coaching cards, so please connect with Coach Rezzhel at 0917-586-1661. So, and also, so we have a lot of mental models and the brain model. So join us in our Be Learning Society. So this is the society where we are learning the brain, how we are thinking, the mental model. So it's Be Learning Society. So, and we will have the master class. We have a master class every month, and on this month, on the next month, on month of June, so we have the second master class, the mental barbell model. So it's on June 19th. So if you would like to register, so please connect again with Coach Rezzhel at 0917-586-1661, and let us lift the mental barbell, and let us be mentally fit. Learn and understand how our brain works, so that we can improve how we act and how we decide on things for a given situation. And it will also help us to leverage and maximize our brain. So thank you so much for joining me tonight or this morning. Once again, this is Coach Blazy, founder and creator of Live Free Coaching Community. Bye!